Hey, how about it, guys? What's up? What's up? It's me again. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Oh, Waltzing Matilda. I remember an old song. Well, I don't remember. It's a crazy thing about me or anybody, I think. I don't know the words to a complete song, except maybe I don't know. I don't know. I might be able to think of one, but most of them I just know a few lines of. And hey, look at these guys. They're working on the power. I don't think I'd want to do that. I really don't. Not when it's going to be 105 today. Good morning. Good morning, Senor. What's happening? Anyway, I got me some dark chocolate almonds. Got me some green tea in my stainless steel holder. Life is good. Here's one. You'll love this. This is the one that you'll try to get papers on me and put me away. You'll send me a long sleeve shirt that ties in the back, so to speak. Anyway, let me get around this turn. Here we go. Anyway, I was going down the road, going 90 miles an hour when the chain on my bicycle broke. I was skinned all up by the rocks and the gravel and punctured to death by the spokes. You think it's time to put me away? Huh? Oh, anyway, thinking about old Doris Jean yesterday got me going. Telling you. But anyway, we're supposed to have some rain tomorrow. And actually, believe it or don't, I know it's believe it or not. It used to be a deal in the newspaper, believe it or not. I used to read that every time. Every day, whenever we got a newspaper, which wasn't often. We only had one, Kennedy Advance. Anyway, but be that as it may, choking on my you probably shouldn't try to talk and swallow almonds. Hello. Anyway, today is August the 12th, 2016. It is right now 9:53 a.m. Central Standard Time, and the temperature right now is 90. However, the good news is, I was getting to that. That's one thing about me. I always lose my train of thought, but that is not abnormal for 71-year-old people. The point I was getting to and trying to get to is that we got some rain in the forecast tomorrow for Central Texas, and the weather next week, believe it or not, we will be hopefully in the low 90s. I mean, that's like, I'll have to start wearing a jacket. Somebody pointed out, why was I wearing a long sleeve shirt in one of my videos? I had on my best shirt, making my fashion statement. And what do? I get criticized for wearing a long sleeve shirt in an area where it's hot. But that's about, the reason I wear that shirt every now and then is because it doesn't wrinkle. You cannot wrinkle it. So I wear it every now and then. And it's also a good shirt to be outdoors in, and particularly in Texas, because it's got a high UV rating and it's very cool. Believe it or not, I learned this from working out in the fields when I was a kid. And I learned this, well, I guess we all learned it from the Mexicans that were working in the field, or maybe it was just a natural thing people in the country did. They all wore long sleeve cotton shirts. They did in the summer, and a hat. And most of them would take a rag and put it on their head, a wet rag, and put it on their head and let it hang down the back of their neck, and then put their hat on. Keep their head cool. And that wasn't because of global warming. That was just because there was no air conditioning. And my mother used to, believe it or don't, we had one oscillating fan in the whole house, and it was in the living area. And Mother used to go. We'd go to town. There was a Hubbard's grocery store. They call it Hubbard's on the hill, where you stretch your dollar bill. I remember that. And then right next to it was an ice house, and that's where you came and you bought ice. And the reason they sold block ice back then, because some people had what they call ice boxes, and you actually had to put ice in them, and you had to go buy block ice, or they would deliver it. And anyway, every now and then my mother, if it was really hot, she would pick up a block of ice, and when we got home, it was a big treat, big treat. When we got home, she would get a wash tub or a pan and put the block of ice on it and let the fan blow over it. We'd sit in front of that. Oh, baby, it was like, we'd sit there and eat ice cream. Oh, dog, it was as close to heaven as you could get. But we grew up normally. We had we had normal parents, and were they disciplinarians? Well, they didn't have to be, really, because a look would knock you down. My daddy, if he ever shook his finger at you, that was the same thing as being beat over the head with a baseball bat, because that's probably what would happen if you didn't cut it out. And also, you never interrupted two adults when they were talking. Ever. Never. Ever. And you may pull on their shirt or whatever. That was almost permissible. But damn, you sure didn't. I got to stop here or else run over that truck. These are the guys that picked up my garbage. See, that's why I drove down here. This is my garbage guys, okay? Thank you, guys. See how courteous they are? Now, see, these guys are well trained. Thank you very much. See there? That's a good group of people. Thank you, guy. Semper Fi. Anyway, see, whenever you deal with quality people, you get a quality trash can, you get quality service, and that's just proof positive right there. You see how courteous they were? You don't get that anywhere, folks. I mean, I checked everywhere. And then they did a background check on me, too. I didn't mention that before I got their service, because this trash service is not for everybody. Okay, back to the growing normally, and my mother and the fan and the block of ice. We did. We grew up normally. We ran around like wild Indians, and nobody ever told me. I know I've told you this before, but I'm going to tell you again because I forgot. There were no curfews except on the girls. I had two sisters, and here's how that worked. They had to be in, I think, at 10 or maybe 11. But I doubt if it was midnight. I doubt it. But if they parked in front of the house and were there very long, Daddy would get up and go flick the front porch light on and off. And that was the same thing as saying, you got 30 seconds and then I'm coming to get you. Okay? Because I know what you're doing or what you're trying to do. And anyway, my sisters told me that. But I remember flipping that light switch on and off. And anyway, did we ever get grounded? Well, occasionally for stuff. I got grounded one time. I was rolling cigarettes up in the barn and got grounded for that. And rolling with cigarettes, you may not know what that is. You buy gummed papers, Bugler, buy Bugler tobacco, and it comes with gum paper. And I don't know if you ever seen anybody roll a marijuana cigarette, but this is basically the same thing. But you could buy a rolling machine for $2, and it came with 2 bags of Bugler tobacco. And you could make about 30 cigarettes out of each package of Bugler. And they also gave you a little tin thing that fit in your pocket to carry them in. And I thought, that was too goddamn cool, man. My buddies were smoking Lucky Strikes and Camels and all that bullshit. But anyway, I rolled Bugler. Cost you 12 cents a pack. Or a little less, actually, for 20. And the smoke ring, whenever you blew a smoke ring and it hit the wall, you could hear it. You could hear it hit the wall. That's how thick that smoke was. You had to pull the smoke rings apart with your hand. And anyway, but were those the good old days? Hell yeah, in a lot of ways. My God, compared to what we've got now for families, get out of here. We live unbelievably wonderfully. Out in the country, small town, no neighbors, no street lights, no police. Well, one city policeman and a sheriff with a deputy in the whole county. Uh, there were no ligbits, LGBT. If there were, they didn't say a damn word, which was fine. And, we didn't have presidents that were fruitcakes or political. Well, we probably did. We just didn't know it. But anyway, having said all that, we are arriving. I know you don't know where this is because you have never seen this before. And that's why I'm here. This is Kingsland, Texas. Yeah! Oh, yeah. We're going across the well, that says Llano County. That's not the Llano River, though. This is the Colorado River. And over on the left is the Llano River. And they come together right here in Kingsland, Texas, USA. Beautiful area. It is a pretty area. In the summers, it's hot. There ain't no doubt about it. There just ain't no getting around it. But that's 3 months a year of uncomfortable heat. But we get rewarded with 9 months of pretty damn nice weather and virtually no winter. We don't get snow. Well, sometimes we get a little dusting, but not much. Ice, rarely. Sleet, maybe. Not often. But it's so rare that it's exciting. In fact, if it snows up here and we get an accumulation of a half inch, they'll let school out. They will. They even did it when I was a kid in Kennedy, Texas. It snowed a couple of times and they let us out of school. We made snowmen and stuff. There wasn't hardly enough snow to do it, but we did it. But it was just too good to be true. So what else is happening, folks? Let's don't talk about the election because I am so out of that. Do I have any control over who's elected? I got one vote. And it doesn't matter how you vote. It only matters who counts the votes. Do we have fraudulent elections in the U.S.? Does a cat have a climbing gear? Of course we do. Hell, we've had them in Texas for years. Hell, LBJ was running for senator. God damn it, he was running against a guy in East Texas. Well, shit, they waited till the East Texans turned in their ballots to see how many fraudulent votes they needed to win. I mean, that's a true story. And then he eventually became president. Enough said about that. In front of me is Marble Falls Glass Company. And believe it or not, in that truck is probably the whole company. I got some really small businesses up here. What's it say in here? Use caution taking video. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. My battery's getting low again. But anyways, this thing's still going? Yeah, it is. Anyway, I'm going to turn left here and go to H-E-B. I'm going to get me some beer. I mean, I can run out of water and food, but I ain't going to run out of beer. Or wine. Well, I could run out of wine. Well, I'd hate to run out of wine because that finishes my day. My little glass of wine while I'm reading a book. And do I read a variety of books? You can bet on that. HEB stands for, believe it or not, Harry Butt. B-U-T-T. Yep. We had a family in Texas, I probably told you this before too, but I'm going to tell you again, named Hogg, H-O-G-G. And they were a very wealthy, powerful political family in the state of Texas. In fact, one of them was governor of Texas back in the 40s. And he was so proud of his name. This is a true story. You're going to think it's not, but you can check it out. He had 2 daughters and a son. He named his 2 daughters Ima and Ura. You got me? Ima and Ura Hogg. No, I'm serious. Check it out. Anyway, having said all that and blown a little smoke up your skirt, so to speak, this is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA. Oops. Where am I? Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. God damn, that was almost perfect. That was almost a 10. Bye.